Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash.
Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is in the Ba'ashem is in the name. Yahweh Shai is in the name of His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus. We want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. We want to say peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Alright, Lord, one of this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright, I got the brother Yatazak with me today. Alright. And Lord willing, through the Spirit, we want to touch on a couple of topics that's going on this earth, man. Alright, there's signs and prophecies that are popping off right out of the page every day, man. Alright, so through the Spirit, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. We're going to show and prove what time we're in according to the Scriptures. Alright.
You know, like the brother said, man, we just going to hit a various topic, current events through the Spirit, Prayah Ba'ashem Shai. You know, Lord willing, this is going to be edifying for the elect of Israel, because especially, in these times that we're in, we are seeing all the, uproars of the people, all the famines, all the signs in the skies, all the, different things that's coming to pass in this place, man. And the Scriptures already warned us and told us of these things to come and to be, watchmen, right? So, through the Spirit, that's what we really want to touch up on and hit a couple, precepts and points and, make that, known. All right. Get into the first one right here. And then we're going to hit that second Ezra. This is second Ezra, the 15th chapter, starting at the top. And it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's what we're doing. We are speaking the words of prophecy unto the people. We are on the highways and hedges prophesying the downfall of this place, prophesying what's to come to this place. We're uploading daily lessons to edify, to warn you people of what's to come. Because like the Scripture says, it is written in paper, because what? It is faithful and true. Everything that is written in these Scriptures is going to come to pass, one way or another, whether you believe it or not. Alright? Nothing you could do could stop the prophecies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Alright? And we're gonna hit, the second Ezra the 9th chapter. We're gonna start at the top. And the second Ezra the 9th chapter reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is in the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Where therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, and are we not seeing that? Are we not seeing earthquakes in various places? There's places throughout the planet Earth that's not used to seeing earthquakes. There's places that isn't supposed to be seeing any earthquakes, and what's happening? They're seeing earthquakes. They're seeing, volcano eruptions, right? Volcanoes that's been inactive for hundreds of years, thousands of years, are becoming active, right? They're seeing all these different pestilence, diseases, all these different things that's happening in all these places, man. Uproars of people throughout all the world, man, especially in Babylon, right? And you got to keep in mind too, a lot of these uproars that are happening all throughout all these different nations outside of Babylon, we don't even see that on our mainstream media news. Because why? These devils filter it. That's why you have to go to other news outlets like End Time Headlines or BBC or the Al
Jazeera,
Alex Jones shows like that. You have to go on different media platforms to find the truth. Because why? Because in Babylon they censor a lot of things to keep the masses sleep, to keep the masses think that nothing is happening. Because look, just the other day, just a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about the war that was going on in Ukraine versus Russia. Now all of a sudden they stopped. You don't hear about that on the mainstream news anymore, right? You don't hear about that on your social media anymore. Why? Because they're filtering. But best believe that is still going on. That is still a major thing. That is still, a major sign and wonder that is happening, man. Now, it just goes to show you how these devils have control over what's going on.
And that's another thing, too. Not only do they censor things, but they also they spin it, too. So, like, they'll put something on the news that you'll see the uproars of the people, but they'll change why they're uproaring, right? They'll say, oh, people in China are, uproaring because of mask mandates or so on and so forth. Which is true, but you won't see that on the news.
And there's so much more deeper than that, right? They'll tell you that, the people are in uproars because of, like the brother said, having to put a face condom on. Whole time, it's because of getting pushed to take the Jews, getting pushed to take all these different things. It could be a food famine. Because best believe, Babylon isn't the only country that's going through a famine. Right? All these other nations going through a famine. Matter of fact, I think that was one of the articles I had here. Give me one sec here.
And they say in Germany, food prices rose up from 20 to 50% overnight.
That's the spirit. And this is on the end time headline. The title of this article is "Soaring Food and Fuel Prices Are Tipping Countries Over the Edge." So Babylon is not the only country that's going through increase fuel prices, increase food prices, or a lack of food, a lack of fuel. We're not the only country going through this. All these other nations is being affected by this, right? So let me read a little bit of this article. I'll just jump around it. Let's see. Okay, the article starts off: when people took to the streets in Egypt in 2011, protesters chanted about freedom and social justice, but also bread, right? Bread, speaking of food, right? The cost of pantry staples had jumped because of the skyrocketing price of goods like wheat, stoking fury with President Hosni Mubarak. Now, more than a decade after the Arab Spring, global food prices are soaring again, right? So people were tripping because of an increase of wheat. People think wheat is nothing. Wheat is a very important food, man. With wheat, you can make a lot with wheat. You can make bread with wheat. Shit, you can make cereal with wheat if you know how to do it right. That's like a base of a base of everything is wheat.
You're right, because they say 15 to 30% of the world's calories come from wheat. All right, so if you don't have access to wheat, 30% of the calories you eat every day is gone. Now, on a Babylonian diet, they tell you to eat around 2,000 calories a day. So 30% of that will be 600 calories gone. All right, but now you got to think about other nations that don't eat 2,000 calories a day. They eat maybe 1,500, 1,000. They're like so-called third world countries where mostly everybody is a bag of bones, man. Because in Babylon, obesity is normal. So food is everywhere. Food is in abundance. All right. So, but starting with third world, they say third world countries, what happens is they go through famines differently. When they start to lose food and famines, rich nations will buy their food supply to keep the food supply of the rich nations satisfied. So poor nations go through famines much more quickly than rich nations. Because if Babylon goes through a famine, it's game over. All right, because everybody has guns here. You see your little children starving. Dad, we're hungry. What are we going to eat? There's no food in the stores. There's no food in the refrigerator. There's no food in the pantry. What are we going to do? Feed us. And you're going to hear that as a father. You're going to be like, damn, I got to provide for my family. So you're going to go into survival mode. You're going to go in hunting mode. You're going to grab your gun and take from whatever your neighbors got. And I got a quick precept. This is 2nd Esdras 15. And I'll start at verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, because of the lack of bread, your neighbors are going to run up in your house. They go wild, man. All right.
Hey, and I want to add on too, because the brother said a good point, right? These devils know to keep these people in Babylon, these Babylonians are satisfied because why? This is the only country where the civilians have a freedom, quote unquote freedom, to have weapons, to have damn near the same weapons as the military. You can go into a average person's house and you can find a damn grenade launcher, grenades, C4, bombs. You can find, it's all legal, right? So they know to keep these people satisfied. Same thing when there was all these major lockdowns, right? People couldn't go outside. It was a stop in sports. What happened? Increase in protesting, increase in crime, increase in all these, type of wickedness. Wickedness was waxing worse, right? And then when they lifted up those lockdowns and got the sports back, what happened? You saw a decrease in these things, right? And that's what's going to happen. And mind you, while the rich is taking the little food supply that these third world countries have, especially Babylon, taking all that food supply, what's going to happen? These people in these other nations, they're going to be starving. And when you're hungry, what happens? You get cranky. You know that Snickers commercial. You're not yourself when you're hungry. You turn to wild beasts. That's how the people's going to be. And when they're in that state of anger, they're going to be so mad because they're so hungry. gonna be so mad because they're so hungry, right? And then what's gonna happen? All these other nations, they gonna be like, fuck, man. They gonna be acting crazy, man. It's gonna be all hell break loose, and that's gonna even add more fuel to the fire, and more fuel to the fire for these other nations to hate Babylon even more. Like, damn, these niggas just took all of our fucking food. They got
everything. They already had everything.
They already had everything. These greedy fucking mayonnaise people took all of our food. Right, they're gonna be more angry, man. The people are gonna be an uproar, man. And you already know, Jake, shit, me myself, if I'm hungry, you hungry, you don't want to talk, right? Especially, best way I can explain is like, if a brother's fasting, right? You fasting, you don't want to talk. To talk, that exerts so much energy. To walk, it exerts so much energy, because why? You don't have food or water in your body, man. So imagine people that haven't ate in weeks, that haven't ate in days. Imagine how crazy it's gonna be. So cannibalism, it's gonna be all hell break loose. But these are the times that we're coming into Salaki.
And not even days, because in Babylon, people are expected to eat 3 meals a day. Well, they tell you. So, realistically, if you tell a family, like, we don't know when your next meal is gonna come from, they could have ate 2 hours ago. But if you tell them that was your last meal from we don't know when, they're gonna start going crazy right then and there. You see, men of the Lord, because men of the Lord are used to fasting. They're used to suffering in the flesh. All right, this is why we're gonna be okay. But we ain't got to worry about that either, because we're gonna be fed in those days. But I got a quick precept to touch on what a point brother just said. All right, Obadiah chapter 1. I'm starting at verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? All right. A thief will leave things behind. A thief is not going to go into your house and take everything. He's just going to take the valuable things and leave the rest, man. But Edom is going to take every single breadcrumb in this coming famine, man. All right.
And I want to pull out this precept because of a point that you said that these people are going to be starving, man. But the servants of Yahweh Shema Shai, we are going to be fed, right? You people that are big, you especially fucking scoffers, man. You scoffers are going to die a terrible death. And if you really think about it, to die by starvation, a death by starvation is a painful and slow death, right? Some of the effects of starvation, right? Your body's gonna start eating itself, right? You're gonna start hallucinating. You're gonna be weak. You're gonna be coughing up blood, right? You're gonna be looking at yourself as food, right? You're gonna be delusional.
You're gonna start seeing things.
You're gonna start seeing things, man. From starvation. That's a death by starvation. That's a cruel death, man. And a lot of you people are gonna die like that, man. And it's you got a point you want to say?
Yeah, basically what you just said. All right, Lamentations 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. Because it's a slow and torturous death of you not being able to eat, man. Because I got a friend of mine. He weighs like 400 pounds. But he went on a water fast for 40 days, like 42 days. He drank nothing but water and lost like 80 pounds. Wow. All right, but he gained it all back once he got off the fast. But the point is that you could go without food for weeks and months. All right, so imagine 6 weeks with no food, man. You just slowly dying and you're pining away, man. It's way worse than dying by any other means. All right, because even if you get caught on fire or drown to death, you drown to death, it's only going to last you about 10 minutes, all right? You get caught on fire, it might last you 10 minutes, right? You get a shot, you might bleed out, you'll suffer for about 10 minutes. But you starve to death, it's going to last you for weeks and probably most likely months, man.
Yeah, that's a terrible death, man. That precept I wanted to pull out right here in Isaiah, the 65th chapter, Isaiah 65, verse... I'll do verse 13, that's where the point is. And it reads, therefore thus saith the Lord our power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Come on.
All right. So the servants of Yahweh Shema Shah, the true believers, the one that is laboring in this truth, the one that is believing this truth with whole heart sincerity, is going to be fed. It's going to be receive that water to drink, right? We're going to be taken care of in these times, man. That's why we are making our carnal election sure now, man. That's why we serving the Lord to the best of our ability, following the laws and commandments to the best of our ability. Because why? Because we want to be in full assurance to know that the Lord's going to hold us down, man. Shit, you niggas like to eat, right? If you like to eat, you better come serve the Lord.
That's
right.
Fact.
Come
That's
get this true roll. Right, it's true food, it's true water, man. Right? Because you niggas gonna have a terrible death, man. Especially, got it.
No, Salaki, you got it.
No, I was gonna say, especially in Babylon, right? Because in Babylon, these people are so comfortable with the easy accessibility to off a click of an app. Uber Eats, DoorDash, food comes to their home. They can order groceries to their home, Instacart, all these different things, right? But they're not gonna be able to do that in these times that we're coming into, man.
I'm guilty of that too. I order Uber Eats. I have food in the house. I order Uber Eats. I like the convenience, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to serve the Lord because I have everything I need. Actually, let me get that precept too. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 30. I'll start at verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. All right. Just give me enough, man. I don't want to starve. That's another reason to serve the Lord. Just like the brother said, you don't want to starve, man. All right. Verse 9, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. All right. Just give us what we need, man. All right.
Come on, man. And that's the, people that's so into the money, right? They think that their money's going to save them, man. Right. Especially in these times we're coming into. People going to be like, trusting in that money, man. It's gonna be wild, man. Especially these rich people, man. Because why? They're gonna go to their bunkers. They're gonna do all these different things, thinking that they're gonna be, stocking up. In reality, who they stocking up for? They stocking up for the elect, man. Right? All that stocking up you doing is for the elect, man. Right? And I wanted to hit this too because this was, another article or another point to hit. And it could go hand in hand with this. Well, it is going hand in hand with this. It's going into the Karama.
Hand in hand.
It's going to the Karama. I'm trying to use the words wisely so, they don't get straight down. But it goes to the Karama, right? Not just, I think I should show the picture.
You good? Yeah.
This is, the karagma, right? Rice grain, for people that, to understand what we're speaking of, but
MOTB.
You feel me? And that's what's going to be happening, man. These people are going to be so hungry that they're going to be ready to take that karama for any little thing. I remember last camp, brother Yeshai, the head brother, I can't believe it was Yeshai that said this. He was saying to a brother about a black and mild, like, and it gets to the point, right, to someone that he was talking to about a black and mild, like, hey, if that black and mild you need it so bad, it's to the point that you would take the karagma to get a black and mild, man. And that's what's going to be like. People are going to be so hungry, they're going to be ready to take that karagma, man. All right, and it already says, it was an article on the BBC. I can't, I'll see if I can find that later on, but I have an article right here on End Time, and it reads, growing number of people embracing the concept of taking the karagma for making payments by hand, right? And you see that when you go to Amazon grocery stores, right? They tell you could just pay with a swipe of your hand, right? And you're seeing that being a normal thing, man. You see that in different shows like Altered Carbon and so forth, man. So this, as we're in a technology era, man, where technology is booming, man. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, ain't no internet, right? Ain't no such thing as being able to have a smartphone and walk freely and go on the phone and send a text message to someone across the world, man. Right? We are truly in a technology era, man, where technology is booming, man. So that concept of, the karama happening, man, is to like these other camps and these Christians like to say it's far-fetched. It is not, man. That's a real thing. People have it.
People have the karagma right now as we speak, and they had it for years too. That's another thing too is let me get this precept right quick. Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, the hour of temptation is coming quick. It's the hour of temptation where it's either eat or, take the MOTB. All right, this is why you see all over TV shows, right, in the movies, even from TV shows back in the day, they talk about, they show a chip, and people accessing, opening doors, buying food with it, and so on and so forth. All right, Khan, you said a percentage?
No, I want to make sure it's still recording.
Oh, Khan.
God.
But yeah, but so on and so forth. All right, you're going to be tempted to when they say, "Oh, we're no longer taking the so-called U.S. dollar. We're not taking any paper currency. You need to hop on the new digital currency in order to buy and sell, man." You're going to be tempted. You're like, "Damn, I need to eat. I have to work. I have to. If I go to work, they're not going to pay me in dollars. I need something to receive my paycheck." All right, so that's a thing too. A lot of people out there, the majority of people are going to take the chip to remain a slave, man. Because when you go to your job, you're a slave, all right? You're getting paid to do something that you don't want to do. You don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock and go to your plantation, man. So you rather take the chip to stay a slave and remain in Babylon and to solidify as Esau Edom as your ruler, man. And that's what ultimately the chip represents. You're denying the creator of choosing Esau Edom, man.
Khan, I want to just pull out the Revelation 13 before I even go into the article. You know, it's a must pull out precept. And this is Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 15, and it reads, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image." He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, right? And that's what's gonna happen, man. With that karama, man, you're not gonna be able to buy without it. You're not gonna be able to sell without it, right? And they gonna be to the point where they gonna be ready to push you to death for the karama. Cut out?
No, Salakia.
What happened?
3%.
Oh, calm.
So, but basically the image of the beast is that new world order, and you see them talking about that all the time now. All right, if multiple countries are talking about it all at once, that's how you know it's a new world order, to establish the image of the beast and to establish that new world order and the MOTB. All right, because you got other nations talking about, you know, getting off of the petrodollar and creating their own digital currency, being backed by gold. And what's that going to do is going to put value into that digital currency to make other nations drop the U.S. dollar, man.
Still like he about to be a demon.
Okay, 5 more minutes. Yeah. What time is it? 7:43.
7:43. Calm. But yeah, let me pull out the article, and then, you know, we hit a couple precepts if there anything else, and then, you know, we wrap it up with that. But this is the article going into the that karama being used as a form of payment already, and this is the article. It's on the BB&C, and the title is "The Karama Implant That Lets You Pay with Your Hand." Ooh. All right, and it says Patrick Palman causes a stir whenever he pays for something in a shop or restaurant. This is because a 37-year-old doesn't need to use a bank card or his mobile phone to pay. Instead, he simply places his left hand near the contactless card reader, and the payment goes through. The reactions I get, and this is a quote that what he says, and he says, "The reactions I get from the cashiers are priceless," says Mr. Palmer, a security guard from the Netherlands. Right, he is able to pay using his hand because back in 2019 he had a contactless payment microchip Karagma injected under his skin. So like, you know, I'm trying to use my words right, but hey, it says 2019, man. So all the way back in 2019, this man, all right, had the Karagma put in him already, man. All right, and what year are we in right now? The year.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Again, Salakia, this is going to be another part. We tried to do a part 2, but our video got cut off early due to battery issues, us getting forced out of where we're doing our lesson at. I think Buddy's coming back around again, trying to, you know, tell us to leave. But Lord willing, that lesson was edifying. This lesson was edifying to the flock of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kodesh.
We want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And we want to say peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. You know, to you we say shalom. All right, shalom. And Lord willing, next time, you know, we're going to get everything in order, everything right, you know, so we could be, you know, more edifying to the flock of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But as long as one precept came out, you know, it's edifying, you know. All right. But you know, it's a blessing and an honor to be called to do the work. All right, it's a blessing and honor to be able to do the work with my brother Yatazak here. All right, but until next time, I want to say shalom,
Shalom,
and a Bible ball,
Bible ball.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Nashalas.